Okay. So in yesterday's lecture, we were talking about what is the Linux basics actually. So if you want to know what is let me clear the history. So if you want to know the different configuration of your Linux box, you can run the hostnamectl command. So it will give you that your host name, right? There is a icon name which is nothing but your computer name and some more information. Here you can also see your operating system detail, which is the Red Hat Enterprise 9.6 I am using, the architecture, the kernel information. So all those information you can see it by using this uh, this hostnamectl command. I was also talking about uh, yesterday. So Parveen, you just let me know whether you can see it or not when I'm trying it on the screen. Just 1 second. So select white color. Okay. So the file system.
No, I'm
So
not
are
able to
you
see.
you're not able to see? Okay. So I will use then
Should
MS
I
Paint.
make any changes in the settings from my side?
No changes. So if you are using the laptop, if you are able to see my screen, then you will be able to see this. See, I'm writing something. Do you see that?
No, the command prompt I can see, but not the writings.
Okay, no worries. So I will use the MS Paint. So so let me go to MS Paint. Right. So we were talking about that how in the Linux the file system on the top we are having the root directory. Under that we are having so many directories which are predefined, and one of them is bin directory where you are having your binary files, right? Binary files means these are the files which are executable files. All the commands, right? These are like ls command, you are having pwd command, whatever command. So they are having their respective file, and those files are under this bin directory. Then there is a home directory. Under home directory, whenever a user get created, so for example, I have a Raman user. So for that Raman user, we are having its own profile file, the one which we have seen yesterday, right? Bash profile. Then there is a special user which is called the root user, and it has a special directory which is called root. So this is the home directory for the root user. So if I'm basically I have a directory under root, say under home, Raman's directory. Under that, I'm having some file. So ultimately, I need to navigate to this directory to access this file. So if you run the ls command, so you need to say ls/home/Raman and that file name. So this is called absolute path. Okay, absolute path. Absolute path is the exact path under root, home, Raman, and all this. And there is one which is called the relative path. So relative path is nothing but For example, I'm in Raman's directory. Then I need not to go to root, home, Raman to see this file. You simply say ls and file name or ls only. So this will give you the files which are in the current folder. Okay. So this is, I know you already know that, just wanted to show you this means this file structure so that in case if you are having any uh, doubt in that, then you can just go through this. So I have, different repository, means which is not only related to shell script, it is related to complete Linux, the one which I have shown you yesterday. So if I go to this repository and if you want to see what is the purpose of each or most commonly used files, so you just go to this file structure and here you can see the detail about these files like bin, boot, device files, etc files. Okay, so you just walk through this and let me know if you need any further assistance of this. Now, I just want to show you a text editor, which is a VI text editor. So mostly I will be using VI or Nano text editor for our shell script files. So whenever you are using whenever you are using um, any editor, you are basically writing your documents or your programs into that. So VI is very old visual editor, so which is very old Red Hat editor. And mostly uh, it, it is available in all the Unix-like systems. Like you will find it in Ubuntu, Red Hat, everywhere. Okay, almost everywhere you will find it. So let us first talk about the VI editor. So this is a text editor. Okay. Now we will see some common commands. So for example, you want to create a file. So create a file. What you will do, VI and then the file name. So if I say VI and my file name is, so yesterday I have created one directory, right? So scripts directory. So let me go into that script directory. So ls. So these are the files, right? Let me remove all these files. RM string. Now there is no file. So I want to create a file, say my script dot sh file. So what I'm doing, I'm using VI and then the file name. So it will open the file, right? So this is the editor where I can write the content. So in that case, if I press I for insert mode, now I can start writing the, whatever I want to write. If you want to save and exit, press escape and colon WQ enter. So it will be save and exit. If you want to read that file only, use the cat command and you can read this file. So if I go to this file again with the VI editor, now if I want to uh, modify something, say new line 1, new line 2, but I don't want to save this and I want to quit, then press escape colon Q exclamation. So it will it will not save the changes which I have made into my script. So you can see new line 1, new line 2. It is not showing here. Now, next is that if you want that if I'm here to this file, and what I want to do, I want to add some lines. Saying this is line 1. Now, if I say press escape and colon W, so it is saving without quitting. So file is saved. Now, if I exit, now if I say cat file name, so you can see there is a line 1. So save without quitting. Next is if you want to, uh, if you have not make any changes and you want to quit, so colon and you can use the Q exclamation. Okay. So if you want to open your file in a read-only mode, so if I say vi minus r and my file name, okay, now it is in the read-only mode. So you can see down here, it is in the read-only mode. So it means I cannot modify the script. Now, is it modified? Okay. Actually, changing on a read-only file, right? So actually, it allows to change, but it opens in a read-only mode. It allows to change. So if I say vi minus r test.sh file, so it gives you a warning to that it is you have opened in a read-only mode with minus r. Okay. So if I quit without saving, right? So now next thing is that for example, uh, you are having, let's say vi and myscript.sh, you are making some changes. So I make this change. If I say escape and u, small u, so it will basically undo the changes. And if you press Control and R, it will redo the changes, small r. If you want to delete a line, then press D 2 times. So all these means whatever I'm talking, it's documented. I will show you. So you can walk through that document again. That will be under text editor. Okay. VA text editor. So you will see all the shortcuts here. Delete the word, delete the character. So you can just, if you want to search something, slash and string search, etc. Okay. So you can try this, right? So this document is there. Nano is the another editor. So if I say nano and myscript.sh, so with this, you need not to press I, you need not to use those shortcuts which you are using in the VI editor. So here it is, you know, you can directly write it. And down here, you can see the menu. This cap symbol indicates the control, like Control X to exit, Control R to read the file. So I'm saying Control X. Do you want to say? Yes. So Nano editor is very, very straightforward. So this is about the text editor. I'm going very fast for this because This is maybe you already know that. Now I will talk about something called alias. So what is alias? Alias is the shortcut name for your commands. If I press LL, so you can see, I can see long listing, but LL is not a command which is provided by Linux. For Linux, the command is ls minus l. So ls minus l is represented by ll. How? So if I run this alias command, so here you can see ls minus l is represented by ll. Okay. So like that, when I was removing the file, it was asking minus I means it is information. It is looking for the information that the file is to be deleted. It will ask for the confirmation. Do you want to delete? Yes or no? Right. So now, if you want to, means if you see something, right, something is uh, not working, right? So as per your expectation, or or you are having a long command, so then what you can do, you can just use the alias for that. For example, I want to create an alias which is called cleanup. And in this cleanup, I'm saying rm minus f. And what I want to do, I want to remove uh, all the files under my temp directory. Temp asterisk dot asterisk rm minus f. Or maybe something different, because maybe something important I have. I'll say new dot asterisk, new asterisk dot asterisk. So it will delete all the files which are started with new and asterisk dot asterisk. Okay. So I will create this rm minus uh, alias. 1 second. So actually, sometimes there is a equal to is also having some problem. Rm minus f. Actually, we need to put into a single quote. This is, yeah. So now, if I say, if I create a file, if I say touch will create an empty file. Under temp, I will create new and curly braces 1.5.txt file. So I'm creating 5 files, which is ls slash emp. If I see, so there are 5 files get created: new 1, new 2, new 3, new 4, new 5. So what I want to do, I want to delete these files now with the help of the command which I have used, cleanup command. So I will say cleanup, right, enter. So what it has done, it has executed the command which is assigned to this alias. Now, if I search ls slash tmp, so you can see all new files get deleted. The reason is because this cleanup is associated with one command. So I have used this shortcut to, instead of writing that big command. So there the alias are used. So if you are thinking that if I say rm minus temp, right? Sorry, temp slash emp.txt, why it is asking the question? Because if I go to alias, so here there is a rm is equals to rm minus I. Okay. So rm equals to rm minus I means whenever I am deleting any file or directory, so it will ask a confirmation. Is I think this point, Elias, is clear. Any question?
No, all good.
So this is something which is like a shortcut for something to type it elaborately. We are just cutting it down and just putting it under alias. So by default, it will have certain program things, and if
Commands.
at all we
Yes.
need to command, if at all we need to change or we while we working, we need to create it. We can put it under like how you have created it. Same way we can create it. Right. By
Exactly.
default, there will be
Exactly.
something there already, like ls. Okay, I'll
Exactly.
copy.
Exactly. So that is the main purpose. That, for example, um, you can create a long command. So we will discuss that how you can create a command with set of operators. And if that's a long command and you just putting it into some document every day, you are copying it from the document and then you are running this command. Instead of that, what you can do, you can use the alias. So put it into that alias. Remember that alias name only and execute it. Or you can search that alias. So if you want to remove this alias, you simply say an alias and your alias name. So now if I say alias, so you can see that cleanup is removed from here. Okay. So that way we can, uh, that way what we can do, we can, we can put a shortcut or create an alias for our commands, right? Now, uh, as I mentioned, sometimes commands are big. For example, echo command, echo, echo is to print the value. So if I say this is my first command, then I want to add one more echo command or one more command. So I will say semicolon echo. This is my second command. Okay, semicolon. And I'll say echo. This is my third command. Okay. So now you see the output. So with the semicolon, it will allow you to execute multiple commands sequentially. Okay, regardless whether the previous command is succeeded or failed. For example, if I say here echo one is not a command. See, first command is not executed, but second and third got executed. So this way, what you can do, you can use this. This is called semicolon is called the control operator. Same way, there is another operator which is called ampersand. So this is the um, this is ampersand. Okay. So this is a operator which is used to run the command in background. Okay. Run the command in background. So there is a command which is called sleep command. Or maybe you are having some program which is running and it is it is stopped there. For example, if I run sleep 10 and if I execute, it will not allow me to execute any other program because this is executing. So it is running in the foreground. So I cannot type or means I cannot execute another program because this is not completed. So once it is completed, after that I can run this program. So sleep 10 when I have used, so it is running in the foreground process. But I want this is to run in the background. Okay. For example, you want to copying the file from one's source to another destination. So you uh, you want, okay, it will take 10 minutes to copy the files. So you don't want to halt your system for, for 10 minutes. Instead of that, what you want, that process should run in the background. So in that case, what you can do, you can use ampersand. So if I say sleep and for 10 seconds, and if I put an ampersand here, so it means I'm saying that run this process in background. Now, immediately I'm to my prompt. Why? Because there is a process number 2358, which is now running in the background. Okay. So this way we can use ampersand operator to run any command in the background. Okay. It is running, and once it is completed, then it will be that process will be automatically terminated. Okay. So now the next thing is the so next thing is the yeah. So next thing is the pipe symbol. So what is pipe symbol? Pipe symbol is basically used. So pipe symbol. Okay. So this is the pipe symbol. Right. So it is to send the output. Output means standard output of one command as input, standard input to another command. Okay. So okay. So so it is saying that command which we were running in the background, it is done. Okay. It's just mentioning. Now, if I say that this is my file, CAD, my script, I want to search something. Okay. So I'll say mm, uh, cat. Okay. And this file name. So this is the what is the output of this? Output of this is these lines. And I want to search, say an example, this word. I want to search that line, which is this. So I will use the grep command. This. So it is only extracting that line which is having this word. Okay. Whatever is my searching criteria, it is just searching that one. So this way, what we can do, we can use the pipe symbol and we take this as the input on the left hand side. This is the output of this is the input for this, and it is using uh, this particular output. The output is of this is all these lines. Out of that, I am filtering that which is having this word interval, these lines. You can use multiple pipe operators also. For example, if I say I want to see word count lines, how many lines are there? So it is saying there is only one line. Okay. So that way you can use multiple pipe symbols. So an example, I want to print hello world. Okay. And under this hello world, I want to convert all letters into capital letters. Okay. So I will use the translate command and I'm saying small a to small z. You can convert it into capital A to capital Z. So now, sorry. So what it will do? It will convert small a to small z to capital A to capital Z. So this way we can have the uh, you know pipe symbol, and that pipe symbol is basically taking the input which is hello world and it is converting it into the small letter to capital letters. Okay. There is another control operator, which is basically logical AND, 2 ampersand, which is logical AND operator. Okay. So what it is basically doing? So what it will do, it will execute command like in we were using semicolon. Same way it will execute the command. But in this case, it will check whether first command is executed successfully, then it will execute the second command. Okay. So say an example. If I say echo and or we'll create a directory. So I'll say mkdir and uh, new directory. Okay. So I'm creating a new directory, and then I'll say ampersand, 2 ampersand, which is logical and I will say echo, and I'll say directory is created. Okay. So now directory is created plus directory is created. You see ls new directory got created. For example, if I say cd my directory, which does not exist, and ampersand e, uh, e, echo or pwd command or echo, let's first put echo, and I'll say in my directory. So see, first command did not execute properly. That's why it did not execute second command, which is saying that in my directory. Right. So that is the purpose of this AND operator. Right. So if first command get executed successfully, then it will go and execute the second command. So another control operator is logical OR operator, or you can use double pipe symbol. So this will be very helpful when you are writing the script, because we will use such kind of statement to use these operators, right, to write our scripts. Right? So OR operator is to execute um, the command if first one get failed. Okay, if the first one get failed, it will only execute that that particular command. Otherwise, it will not. So if I say that same command, instead of this, I will use double pipe symbol. So now you can see first command got failed, the second command get executed, which is in directory, right? Which is showing the in directory. So, right. Now, if you are using, so I think you are clear about semicolon, single ampersand, double ampersand, and logical OR. And there is one more which is called the backslash.
Sorry. So for executing multiple commands, we are using semicolon. And ampersand double time is nothing but for both, if whatever the commands we are giving, multiple commands, all the commands has to be correct, then only it will
First
execute.
one, no,
Otherwise
no,
it
yeah, until unless first command is executed, then
okay.
it will go to the second command.
Okay. Otherwise it is a stopper. So
It stop there, yes.
okay. Or command is first one fails also, second command can be executed. That's what you're saying. So if at
Yeah.
all we are giving multiple commands, in that case also first command is failing, so second command is failing, then third command alone will be executed.
Yes, so let us try that. So if I say echo and if I say echo, I'll say third command. Okay. So now you can see this command get filled, this get executed. So this is executed successfully. That's why this is not executed. Okay. Now if I put this and error here also, now third command will be executed.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Uh, So now let us talk about the backslash. So backslash or this symbol is basically for the string uh, multi-line string operator. So this is basically used as a line continuation character, which allows you to break the lines into multiple lines. For example, if I say echo and if I say hello, and what I want to do, I want that hello world to print. Or maybe there is a long line and you put backslash here. So now your command is not completed so far because you have put the backslash. So it is expecting you will put something more here. I'll say hello world. And then I'm just closing this double quotes. You can use double quotes or single quote. Okay. So see, hello world is in a single line. So backslash is basically used uh, for this is multi-line means you are having a line and for the readability point of view, you want that it is to be in the single line output. So you use backslash for that. And all these things you will see here. I think I have under RHEL, you can go to the shell explanation. Control operators. Yeah. So here you can see all these definition I have mentioned. So for your reference purpose, you can refer this document while you are doing the practice. All right. So now let me talk about a little bit about the shell variables. So any Unix like systems, shell variables, environment variables, profile files. So these are basically used to configure the behavior of the shell and and set the environment basis for your programs. So let us discuss this shell variables, how you can set it up permanently, how uh, what is the env command, and what is slvl command, what is export command. So, Parveen, is there anything which you are learning new here in this?
Yes,
Parveen?
yes.
So it's okay, right? So the way
Yeah,
I am going.
no, yes. It's really good. Yeah, you can continue. Thanks.
Yeah. So now shell variables. So shell variables. So these are the temporary variables. Okay. So these are the temporary variables which is used in the shell session. What is shell session? So currently I'm working on once I close this shell or if I jump to another shell. So whatever is there in this shell which is temporarily there, so that will be gone from the shell. For example, if I declare a variable, how to declare a variable? Very simple. You can say my variable equals to if I say hello. Okay, so this is my variable. Now if I say echo, and if you want to see the value of any variable, you need to use the dollar symbol, and you can say my variable. So here it is hello, right? So my var is a variable and hello is a value. Now, what I want, so if I, um, so if I'm here, so now one thing is in the Linux or Unix based system like Mac operating system, Linux, other distributions. So you are having a case sensitive, means in nature, means all the file name, all the variables. So if I say echo and dollar and my variable, okay, it is same, only M is capital, so it is nothing. It will not throw any error, but it will not return any value. So type of the variable automatically depends what type of value you are passing. If you are passing into the single quote or double quotes, it is automatically string. If you put a number, it will automatically number. You need not to explicitly mention that this is string, this is integer, like in some programming languages we are doing. Now, if you want to set these, so as I mentioned, if I close this shell, so now if I say uh, echo my variable, I have some value, right? But if I exit from here, that you can try by yourself. You can close your session and you can try to open it. You will find there is no variable called my variable. So, so in that case, what will happen? Your variable value is gone. Your variable definition is gone. So that is why we use bash profiles. Okay. So if you want to add them into the profile configuration file that are executed every time a new session gets started. So the common files are .bash rc, the one which we have seen yesterday, and bash profile file. Okay. So now let us see what is the home directory for my current user. So I'm currently logged in as a root user. Okay. So yesterday I told you that how to know that you are root. If there is a hash, it means you are a root user. Here also you can see the name of the user. This is the host name. And now I'm at this moment, I'm uh, not in the home directory of the root because there is no tilde symbol. So now if I want to know what is the home directory, I will say echo dollar home. Okay, so this is the home directory of my user. Now, if I say ls minus LA, now what I will do, I will create an alias and I will say uh, profile something. Okay, I'll say profile equals to, and this is my uh, under single quote, I will say dollar home slash uh, or what I will do, nano. Let us try this. Dollar home is my home directory slash, and what is that file name? Dot bash bash rc I will open. There is a bash underscore profile file also. So that I want to use. So now what I will do, I will say profile. So it will open that file. Now here, what I can do, see all the alias is defined here. So here, what I want to do, I want to add a variable. I want to add a variable called, so you need to use export command. Okay. And you can say my variable equals to some value, say hello. Okay. So with this command, export command, I'm setting up a variable, which is my variable. And now every time when I start my system, so this will get executed and it will have my variable name, my variable, and it will have the value which is hello. Okay. Save this. Yes, this is saved. Now to save the changes, what I have done, just save and exit. And to apply the changes, you need to run the source command. So you can say source and under $home directory, right? So I'm having a file dot bash rc. So it will be available. My variable is available in my future shell sessions. Is it clear? Right. So yesterday also I have shown you one command which is env command. So env command is basically used for the environment variables. Okay. So if you want to see all the environment variables, right? So you can run env command. It will show all the environment variables. Now, if um, if you want to see any particular variable, so you can use the grep command. For example, if I say grep, I want to search for home. So this is the home. And you can also use -i option, which allows you to run a command with a clean environment, okay, without any inherited environment variables. Okay, so for example, if I say if I say env and -i option, I'm declaring a variable, say var1, and I'm putting a value Linux and bash. So what it will do, this command will run the bash shell with a variable my var1, and it will set the value Linux, but without uh, without any of the environment variables from the parent shell. What does it means? So I have the variable which is say my var. So I don't want that particular variable is to run. Instead of that, this variable is to run, right? So without any of the environment variable from the parent shell. So when I run this, so it will run the bash command. So I don't want to run the bash command. It will clear the history. So what it will do, it will open a new shell, and where we are having the var1 variable. Now there is another
Just one,
command. Yeah,
Raman, one more time, can you repeat this environment? Where do we use this? And can you repeat this?
-i option, right?
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you are writing the command, like if I write env -i and my variable name, and 1 second. So for example, I am having this variable, and if I say hello one and bash. So what it will do, it will open a new bash terminal. Okay, a new bash terminal, and there in the in the bash RC file, we have written my variable equals to hello. So what it will do in this case, it will not take my variable as hello. It will set the value my var equals to hello1. Okay, so it will open a new bash shell with variable my var equals to hello1. Okay, so in
So,
that case,
so the
whatever we are,
environment. Okay, go on.
yeah. So if you already have this my variable, so it will
Mhm.
not consider that one. It will take this value. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah. So the environment variable will allow you to make changes to the bash RC variables that you have defined there, right? That's what you're saying, correct?
No.
Whatever variable
Environment.
you have defined in your
No.
bash RC.
See, this is the environment variable, right? Home is the environment variable. Now you want to change the home directory. Okay. You want to change the home directory value into your new bash terminal. So you can use env -i home equals to some different path. Okay, and bash. So now a new terminal will be opened. What is my default values /root? So if I write something like that, -i and home equals to /home/Raman. So I'm saying this is the home directory now. And not on this terminal, but a new terminal will be opened. Understood?
Yeah, got it.
So a new terminal, new black screen will come. And there, if you say echo $home, it will show /home/Raman, not /root. So it means I'm modifying the environment variable, but in a new shell, and it is ignoring the value of the environment variable, which is coming from my parent shell. We'll talk
Can you
about
just
parent and child shell.
can you just type env and just press enter? Oh, I just want to see
Sorry?
that one. Can you just type env and just press enter once? Just want to review that. Okay.
So these are the environment variables.
So if at all we are changing whatever inside this environment variable is what you were trying to show us is that's what the understanding like.
Yes. So for example, here the host name home directory was root, right? So I
So
want to
these are
change
given
root.
by default. If at all we want to change the variable over there is what the command you were trying to give
So
is.
if you want to change something, let us change some different mm, uh, variable. We will say my var variable is there, right? So we will change this value. Okay. So what I will do, I will simply say echo dollar like hist size we were checking yesterday, right? So this is hello. Now I will say my var equals to say hello India. Okay. Now if I say echo, now this is changed. Now if I see env and grep and my var, so see it is changed, but it is changed for this particular session.
If you
So if
type
I
only env, then also
same
okay.
thing,
If you're
same thing.
same thing,
I'm
yeah. Okay, if you're closing the session and if we are going to
yes,
open, then it will not be there, is what you're saying.
it will be hello again.
Okay.
It will be hello. So now what I'm saying, I want to open a new session, a new terminal. Actually, I can do that. Let me show you that. Let me just run this history command so that all the commands which I have executed, you will have that. Let me put it into the chat window. Okay, I have just kept all these commands on the chat window. Right. So now what I want to do, env minus I. So if I simply say bash now, so it's a new terminal actually. It's a new terminal. Now if I say echo dollar uh, myvar, so see it is hello again.
Hmm.
Because when you run bash command, so you are saying close the current session and open a new session. Okay, close the current session and open a new session. So,
So if we run bash means that SSH, particular SSH will be closed and new
new
SSH
shell
will
session is
get
started.
open.
Yes. So if I say exit from here, now if I say echo dollar myvar, so see it is hello India because it's a different shells session. So that was shell. If I say echo and I think dollar dollar. So this is the process ID of my shell, which is 1796. Now, if I say bash, now if I run echo dollar dollar, so it's a different process ID. Okay. Now, if I say ps minus ef and 1796, right? If I say grep 1796, so you can see actually if you see the column of this command, there is a process ID and there is a parent process ID. Okay. So now if you see first column 1796 is my previous one. So this is the parent of its parent is 1793. Right. Now another, if I say echo dollar dollar, so you can see 2577 is the process ID of my current shell and its parent is 1796. So this indicates that these two are two different processes. One for one shell session and other is for the another bash session. I hope now it is clear.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Fatima, is it clear to you?
Uh, yeah, it is clear, but just that I'm checking like I mean this PS hyphen EF is for to get the
It
process
is
ID.
basically all the process ID, their parent process. Like this is the process ID of my shell. So whenever anything is running in the Linux, it is a process.
Maybe like if we run on our lab or somewhere, then I will get it. I think we
Yes,
will try this week and I'll let you know if in case we have any query.
sure, 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 sure.
Oh,
Right.
sure. Thanks.
So now let me exit from here. Now, if I say env minus I and I want my variable equals to say hello uh, testing, right? And I want to use the new terminal. So now basically a new terminal is open. If I say echo and I want to see the its ID, see its ID is different. Now if I say ps minus ef, right, and I want to grab this 2613. So you can see its parent is 1796. And now if I want to see echo dollar and my where, so you can see it is hello. So one second, I'm in echo 2613. It should be hello testing. So I'm currently in 2613, right? And ENV minus ENV minus, so equal hello.
Are you typing something?
Okay. You have written something?
No. Are you typing something? I'm not able to see it on the terminal.
No. I'm just checking that actually the expected output should be hello testing. Okay. We'll do one thing. I'll exit from here and I will declare another variable. So I will say my variable 1. Okay. Now if I say current, so 2647. Okay. Now if I say echo and dollar my var1. So it is hello testing. If I say env and grep my var, so yes. So actually that is looks like so actually if the variable is already defined, then it is not overwriting. If the variable is not defined, then it is creating the environment variable. So this command env minus I, creating a variable. In this case, my var was already there, right? So that variable is basically already defined into our bash RC file. So it is not overwriting, but if it is a new variable, then it is creating. So if you see here, when I search for grep myvar, it is showing both myvar1, which is hello testing, and myvar, which is hello. Okay. So
But earlier you were changing my my variable
that
equal to
I was doing
something
in the
else, right?
same shell I was doing. If I do it here, it will work. So if I say myvar equals to new value, then it will work. So now if I say grep, so you can see it is having a new value. That works, but this command I was trying to explain, env minus this command. So this command is basically creating a new shell. In that shell, it is creating a new variable, which is myvar1, and it is having a value which is hello test.
So if you run that command now, the existing session, the shell should still have the my variable should be new value, right? But in the
No. Yeah, in the current session, yes. But in a new session, it will be hello because it is in our profile file.
Okay.
No,
Can you get the
sometimes
profile file if and
you want
see
to see
that
that profile file.
mm,
Let me
where
exit
it
from here.
this my where is that whatever you have given is
So I
there?
have created one alias here. Oh, okay. Let me see echo $$ because what not that is profile only. Okay. So here at the end, you can see export my variable equals to hello.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, there is one more environment variable, which is SLVL. Sorry, grep. It's not there. SLV. Let me see. ENV. SHLV. That is basically telling the shell level. So you are on the level 1. So what does it mean? If I run the command bash again, so it has opened a new shell with, so who is the parent of this? Its parent is from where it is coming. So shell level is 2 here. So if I say env, and if I say grep and shl shell level, see its shell level is 2. If you create one more shell inside that, shell level 3, which is the child of this. Okay. So it will show the current shell level, and you can, this way you can search the nested shells. For example, if I run batch again, now if I say env and if I say grep and shlvl, so it is 3. So it means 3 nested shells are created so far. Means 2 nested, 1 parent. So if I exit from here, so I'm coming out of the shell, which is 3. Now if I exit from here, now I'm at root level, which is shell 1. So this is the first instance of my shell. Now, next one is export command. Okay, export command is used to set the environment variables. If I declare a variable, say test variable, test equals to some value, say hello test. I have declared this variable, but this variable is not environment variable. So if I say env, okay, and if I grep for test, you will not find it because this is a normal variable. So variable which is environment variable, so they are dependent upon the system. So for example, if I declare a variable which is my variable and I want to put a value which is $home, right? So $home will be different for different types of users. If it is root user, it is /root. If it is you know uh, if it is a Raman user, it will be /home Raman. So, but variables which we are using, uh, and if I want to make it as a environment variable, so what I will do, I will simply put export command. Okay. Now I'm saying export, and my variable equals to this. Now you can see this is an environment variable. Right? So this way you can set a variable as environment variable. When you set this environment variable, then uh, means if you want permanently to set, now it is at this moment it is currently in active for my current session. But if you want it for always, then you need to put it into your profile file or bash rc file, and you need to source that file. Now, if you want to declare a variable, like I'm creating var1, I don't have this variable. So I can use set command or normal command, but if you are using the set command, it will set the shell variables, environment variables, or some options. So for example, if I say set and var1 equals to, say, testing. So I'm declaring a variable which is called testing, right? So now if I say echo and dollar var1, so uh, okay, good. Maybe the Okay. So set is not valid now in the new version, looks like. Earlier we were using the set command only. But no worries, we can use the var1 equals to testing. This will work, right? This will definitely work. We have seen, right? So uh, if I say echo and dollar var1, so it is testing. Let me see unset works or not. Okay. So now if I say echo dollars, so unset works, but set is now I think is removed. Looks like. Uh, okay. So unset is basically unsetting the variable, and it is unsetting the variable, and means whatever the value we were having, so that will be removed, or in memory it is removed. So these are the shell variables. Shell variable, environment variables, controller operators. Is it clear? Control operators. Are these clear to you? Any question?
No, no. So why do they use environment variables when we can when you see shell variables, you can it's only as long as the shell is active, that is still there. But environment variable also meets serves the same purpose, right? So how does that make a difference? Like, can you give me
See,
one or
when we call environment variable, these are system level variables, user level variables, right? So
Mhm.
they are having a special meaning, whereas the shell variables are mostly user defined variables. For example, when I am saying echo and dollar user, so you are, it is, this value is different. This value is a root. But if I exit from here and I'm currently logged in as a Raman user, if I say echo dollar user, now this variable is having different value. So it is basically analyzing your environment, and on the basis of that, it is setting up these values. Okay.
Oh,
Like
got it. Yeah.
home directory, this shell level, and so on. But normal variables, mostly these are having fixed values until unless you have some diamond. I mean, if you say my directory is dollar home directory, so then ultimately you are assigning environment variable into your normal shell variables.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So few things related to the package management whenever we are using that, right? So all these things I'm you know making a base for our shell scripting. So when you start your shell scripting, at that moment you should not have a question what is environment variable, what is means how to use this, what is profile file, what is this export command, right? So if you are having a clear cut basic clears, right, it will be very easy for me to to uh, jump you into the shell scripting. We have not yet started shell scripting. So far, we are just revising what is in the Linux or Red Hat Linux. So now package management is in Yum in the RHEL family, Red Hat Enterprise Linux family, and ABT in the Debian based family like Ubuntu. So there are different distributions on the basis of Red Hat family and Debian family. So Ubuntu comes under the Debian based system. CentOS, Fedora, all these, they come under the uh, they come under this Red Hat family. So in Red Hat family, we use yum, right? So if you want to install any software, for example, if I say yum install, right? And I want to install a package, say an example, we have the tree package. So which shows the data in the form of tree. So I will say yum, remove tree. So what it will do, it will remove this tree package, right? So we can see if I run that tree command, so now I cannot see that tree uh, that the branching way to my files. So to install this, I will say yum install and tree. So
Do we have like we can't undo this, right? Like, I'm sorry, not sure if it is a wrong question, but unlike generally in Linux or in the terminal or in we can't undo, right? Once it is removed, it cannot be undone, right? That
right. So we need to install it again. Okay, we need to install it again. So if, for example, if I have removed this tree package, so now if to get it again, it is looking for the means we need to install it again. So unable to read the customer identity. Okay, your system is not registered with the entitlements. Okay, so I need to register this. To register this subscription manager to actually it was already registered, so maybe because of some reason it is not. Let me see whether I have that command. Operating system subscription getting started. Red Hat subscription. Let me see whether I have that command. Okay, so I will just use this. My system is not registered. That's why it is not. It is not giving me the option to install from the repository. So I will go to the Google or ChatGPT or whatever. So there is a command to register my
so
system.
repository is like from where it is pulling up, like it is inside our, I mean, it is from the external world, it is pulling the.
Yes, it is on internet. So this repository is on internet. So when I run yum update command, it connects to that repository and it fetch that information. So now my system is getting registered. It takes little bit time. So it happens in the Red Hat because it's a okay, it is registered. Now I will say yum install. Now it is going to that external repository, which is the yum repository, and it is checking whether there is a tree command. Updating the subscription management, waiting for process with PID to finish. Okay, let's wait for this. So in the background looks like it is running some process and it is waiting that process to finish. Yeah, it is done. Now it is asking, do you want to install tree command? Yes, I want to install. So yum is also known as yellow dog updater modified. Right? So that is the yum. But now these days, especially after Red Hat 8.0 version, we are using DNF, which is the dendified yum, or it's an improved version or next generation of yum. So commands are same, but it is a optimized version of yum. First, let me run the tree command. Now it is running. Now I can run the command which is DNF. So DNF is, as I mentioned, it is a dendified yum. It is a improved version or next version of the next version of your yum. So if I say yum and remove tree command, it is it is asking yes or no, right? If I say Control C2, yum remove -y if I use, so it means if it is asking a question, do you want to remove this, yes or no? So by default, it will take y. Okay, yes. So now tree command is removed. So if I run tree command, so no. With the DNF, I'll say DNF and install tree -y. So now if I want to search, if you want to update your local repository with the remote repository, you can run DNF update command. It is same as yum update, but the latest version is DNF update. You can use -y if you don't want these questions are to be asked. So there are many packages which are supposed to be updated. So these are getting updated. So if you see, if some package is missing on my local repository, so that will be added to.
What was that command? Sorry, Mr. It's yum
DNF update.
update. Okay.
DNF update.
DNF update and then the program name, is it? Or the
No,
software
only
name?
DNF update. So
If
those
you're giving
commands you will,
DNF and update means whatever is yet to get update, it will update whatever the updates we have.
yes. So you can find all these details in package management. So package management. So you can just walk through this one, package management process. This is process management. Package. So here you can see RPM is a file, means if someone has created the RPM package, so we can install that RPM -I to install. And there is yum, and this is basically DNF. So I have executed DNF update command. So once it is updated, then let's wait this to finish. So Praveen, you guys are working in Bangalore location?
Uh, Both of us we work from home, but our work location is Bangalore. Yes, yeah.
Or it is permanent work? So you're working for VMware, is it?
Yeah, yeah. No, no. I work for Amex, but in the VMware domain. Yeah.
Okay.
VMware and Nutanix we handle.
Actually, we need to run this command DNF update or yum update at very beginning so that, if there is something missing for package point of view, so it will be updated.
See,
So
we are going to use our lab systems in our Amex. It'll be a VM within the vCenter, but external access is not allowed. So I'll have to check if local repositories are there for a lab, and because anyways we
okay.
will need that, right? So I'll.
So do you have your personal PC?
My personal PC is like how much GB is needed for? It's an
4
8
GB
GB.
is enough.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to clear. For 4 GB is enough for one system, or
No, you can have 2, 3 virtual machines you can create.
okay. Can you also put those links if you have it handy? Just the VirtualBox and the Oracle VirtualBox is easier, right? Compared to.
Yeah. Oracle VirtualBox, you can just search and download for it.
Okay, I'll download. Yeah, I'll take it.
Or in my video, I have explained how to use that.
Yes.
I have shared that is or not.
No, that's okay. We can figure it out. And this is version 9 you've installed, Red Hat.
Yes.
Okay. And for subscription, you created an account, right? So anybody can create a Red Hat account with their.
Yes. With your email address.
Okay.
So that is a developer subscription. And in the developer subscription, you will not get any technical support. But yes, for training and testing point of view, that is fine. Or if you want, you can use the CentOS also.
Okay.
And make minimum 30 GB if you need the GUI version.
Got it. Yeah.
All right. So this is almost done. Let it finish.
So Praveen, in host or VM, if we run this yum install or DNF install or any kind of a program name, I think we will not be able to, is what you're saying, right? Because whatever we have in our repository is where it will go and fetch it, because it is fetching from the external. I think we will not have the access, right, G?
Yeah. So this tries to connect to internet, and we don't allow. We can allow through proxy, but we don't allow. So, and since it's for lab, it's better not to use. So our Linux team, right? So they have maintained their own repository. So we have to give that path, and we can do it. But the problem is for lab systems, they will not
Hmm.
have lab, and their repository might not have firewall access. I think we have to do it in a local one. I'll let you know maybe tomorrow or day after we get.
Okay, sure, Praveen.
Yeah, that will be a
Yeah.
best idea to set up it on your local instead of company, because there are so many restrictions
Yeah.
and you will not be able to do some of the practicals.
Right. Yeah. And Raman, the GitHub thing, we can also create one, right? It's like what you have done to just put all the scripts that we have created, and that we will
Yeah.
use
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
And you have the GitHub account.
No, I have to create one. Yeah.
Create one GitHub account, then I will guide you how you can create the repository. And
Okay. Yeah.
all right, so this is taking a little bit time. I'm not sure. Maybe
That's okay.
there are a lot of updates are there.
Mhm.
So actually, most of the time it get updated within 2-3 minutes. But it is running in the background. Something is running. So you guys can wait for 2-3 minutes.
Yes, yes, yeah, no issues.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
sure.
let's do that. Also, if you want to open a duplicate tab, open a duplicate tab. Side by side, we can see those. So now once it is installed, right, we can see the DNF, we can search for the package. For example, I'm searching for the tree package, whether it is there or not. It is checking into my system and it is first checking my, so I'm searching for a package. So whether that package is there or not. So it is checking in my remote repository and it is saying, yes, there are few things, OS tree, Git subtree, RPM OS tree. If you want to see, uh, or let us search for HTTPD, which is Apache server. So it is now checking whether HTTPD is there or not. Okay, so it is saying yes, there is HTTPD dot Apache server is there. So if we want to know more about that, what you can do, DNF info and the package name. So it will give you more detail about this package. Okay. And it is saying the name of the package is this, version is this, right? Source is this, this is the source file and other information. This is the URL. So you can get that information also. Now you want to see what is whether HTTPD is installed on my system or not. So you can say DNF list and install. It will list all the packages which are installed on your local system. So all these packages are installed. Now I want to grep it for tree command. Yes, so there is a tree which is already installed on my system. Okay, so this is also done. If I run the history, I just wanted to run the history command so that I can share with you guys. This. Let me put it in. So these are the commands which I have executed after this. DNF update. Okay. Then DNF search package name like HTTP. Then DNF info package HTTP. Then DNF search package name. Okay, so you just copy it from the chat window, these commands which I have executed today.
Yeah, done.
Sure.
Uh,
Mm.
so we will wind up today's session here. And one thing, so now it is almost, we are having We are